Yeah. So welcome to this series of presentation on mastering time management. And one of the most important topic in time management is goal setting, because clarity about our goals lays the foundation for time management in the best possible way. So the first speaker is Sagar, and let's welcome. And over to Sagar.
Thank you, Manoj sir, for giving this chance. Myself, I'm Sagar. So I'm going to start on the topic of goal setting. I will say neuro goal tracing. Neuro means, as we know, our brain is made up of lot of neurons, and this neuron helps to make a goal and how we can trace it, which is called neuro goal tracing. So. Uh, I would move the next topic. First, I will ask a question. What a difference between dreamer personality and goal personality? If anybody would like to answer, they are most welcome. What a difference between dreamer personality and goal personality?
Dreamer personality always thinks that he wants to do multiple things, but he never achieves that. And a goal personality is very goal oriented. He is very clear that the outcome, this is the outcome, and he works towards that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Good answer. Okay, so I will go to the next part. So, dreamer personality are those personality which having no fixed date. They are doing anything randomly. There is no fixed date and there is no boundaries. That kind of personality is called dreamer personality. And second type of personality is called goal personality, which having a fixed date and they having fixed boundary. In this boundary, they are working a lot of things and they are achieving their goal, which is called goal personality of people. And as we know that our brain is made up of left brain and right brain. Our brain is the two part, made up of two part, left brain and right brain. Left brain associated with the analytical process like goal setting, how we can set a goal, how we can make a planning, and what kind of language we are using and what region we are giving. So language and reasoning, this is the part of the left brain which are associated with the analytical processing. And next, I would say about a right brain. Right brain associated with a creative process like visualization, how we are going to do visualization and emotional engagement and problem solving. So when we are going to connect in proper way, left brain and right brain, we can make a proper goal with the help of both of support. So these are the main things we should understand our left and right brain, how we can connect it. And if you are dreamer personality, then ask to yourself what you want in your life, what you can pay, whatever you want, how what you can pay, what you want in your life. That's very important, and this will help you to make a goal setting. I'm audible.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
very much.
Okay, thank you, Minister. So, so there may be a lot of goals. Which goal is a priority? Okay, so we have to give the priority. Lot of things we learn from the Manoj sir also how we can give a priority. So same things I'm going to share. How we can make a priority. So for priority order, we can make a four column. So what is the important and what is the urgent? Any task is important and urgent. We must do that one. And if any task is important but not urgent, we can plan for it. And if any task is not important but urgent, we can delegate to someone. If any task is not important but not urgent, we can eliminate. Okay, like a movie watching is not important, we can eliminate that thing. Okay, so this way we can make a priority order for goal setting. And I will share seven empowering questions which helps to understand how we can make a proper goal. Okay, so I will share seven question. First question said, if you won 1 crore on the lottery, what would you do differently in your life? Okay, so if you are asking this question to yourself, then answer will come from your subconscious mind, and this will help you to understand like a money management. Okay, so question number two, you can ask yourself to the for goal setting. If you had only 6 months to live, but could live in a perfect health for this period, what would you do differently with your life? Okay. So these questions, these all questions, seven questions we have to ask to ourselves. A proper question will come from the subconscious mind. Okay. And question number three, we can ask to ourselves, what have you always to do, but have maybe afraid to attempt? Okay. And question number four, if you could be granted any one skills or ability, what you choose? And question number 5, what give you the greatest feeling of pleasure and satisfaction? Whatever feeling in the pleasure and satisfaction we have to make in our goal. And question number 6, what way would you like to live? How do you want to be? And question number 7, what one great event to dream for yourself if you knew you were guaranteed success? Okay, so these all 7 questions help you make a proper goal. And now how we can use our goal tracing template. Okay, if you're going to make a proper goal, how we can trace it, okay, which are very important. So first we have to set a main goal, and in main goal we have to ask this question to ourselves: what I'm going to achieve, what should be the goal, and when I'm going to complete it, and who is going to help me, and how I will complete this goal, and why I'm going to achieve this main goal, and what will be dates. Dates are very important, otherwise they will be dream. Okay, so dates are very very important. And next one is the sub goal. In sub goal we have to ask the same questions: what I'm going to achieve, what's be my goal, when I will complete it, who will help me, how I will achieve this goal, and why I'm going to do this goal, and what will be. Okay, and last one is called micro goal, which are very very important. Okay, so micro goal means what? On the daily basis or weekly basis we can ask some question to ourselves: what I will going to achieve, and when I will do, who is going to help me, how I will complete this goal, why I'm going to complete this goal, and what will be date. Okay, so these questions, when we are asking to ourselves, our subconscious mind helps to understand a proper goal. Okay, so neuro goal tracing are divided in 3 parts: main goal, sub goal, and micro goal. Okay. So 3 parts are very important. Whenever we are going to make a goal, we can divide into 3 parts: main goal, sub goal, and micro goal. And I'm giving one example. For example, some students want academic excellence. Suppose their main goal is the score 95% in the board exam. The sub goal should be score 95% the monthly test, and micro goal would be study 3 hours daily and revise subject weekly. If some student going to follow these three steps, definitely they can achieve their academic excellence. Okay, and for example, I'm giving other example. For example, like a weight loss. Like a main goal is suppose lose 20 kg in a year. The sub goal should be lose 5 kg in every 3 months, and micro goal is exercise 30 minutes daily. If someone want to lose their weight and they are doing daily exercise, they can lose their weight. Okay. So whenever we are going to achieve a small goal, to achieve a small to achieve a big, we can also achieve a bigger goal. And definitely it's very important to understand whenever we are planning for making a goal, we should take a action. If you're not going to take a action, there is no use of the any goal. Okay. And finally, I will say we should always fail, try again, and finally, after failing, lot of failure, we can become a success. Okay, so this is the part of the goal. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Saga.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for those 7 empowering questions, because that sets the stage. And because a lot of us sometimes in goal setting, we remain inside the box and we don't step out of the box. And some of the questions that can help you step out of the box is that if success is guaranteed, what I will do? Right? Because a lot of time, because of the fear of failure, we don't attempt certain things. Our goal setting remains inside the comfort zone. And another question is what legacy you would like to leave. Another question, was in terms of if you win a lottery of 1 crore, what you will do differently? Because sometimes we stop because of certain financial resources, right? I don't want to start a business because I have this financial difficulty. And so those say, if you have only 6 months to live, what you will do differently? So these 7 empowering questions help us to think. So nothing like reflecting on life, where I want to go, what I want to do, and then setting your main goals, sub goals, micro goals. And once in a while, going to a beach or go to some park, again reflect, where am I going? Because foundation of time management, mastering time management, is goal setting. Yeah, you set your goals right, and you have laid a very strong foundation for time management, which in turn means life management. So thank you, Sagar, and over to Usha.
Thank you, Manoj sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your input. And over to Usha Nair. And she's going to speak about the power of purpose. Yeah, let's welcome.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Just a minute. I'll just open my.
By the time she opens, good evening, Manoj sir, and good evening,
Hi,
everybody.
Captain. After a long time, I'm seeing you. After a very, very long time. Yeah. Welcome, welcome.
Oh, hi, everybody.
I think I just need to. Yeah.
Hi, Captain.
So,
how are you?
Group Captain, welcome.
Missing you, Srikanji. Where are you? No see, no hear.
Yeah, that's why I came on. Last week, Dilip Motiani ji rang me up to check if there is everything is okay with me because I was not attending. Now, because I become the president of a Rotary Club here in Bangalore, I'm totally preoccupied. So that's the reason. Otherwise, I would have loved. So, thank you. Nice seeing you all.
We got a doubt whether Modi ji called you to Kashmir or something for fighting terrorism or something.
Yeah, I would love to do that as well.
Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Good evening. Good evening, my friends. Manoj sir, thank you so much for asking us to present this. We have to do it, he said. Otherwise, we are going to stand up on the bench. So I don't want to stand up on the bench. Yeah, but then it is very nice, sir, that you are asking us to do this because it makes us think. It makes us work on ourselves as well. So thank you so much. And thanks to all my co-learners. I've been learning a lot from each of you. So this topic that I chose was power of purpose. For me, this is very close to heart because I never realized how my life journey, when I look back, how my life journey took a turn. So for me, purpose-oriented is very, very important personally. And I chose this because for me, it was like contributing whatever I have been learning. I want to learn and I want to share. That has been always there within me. I never knew that it started growing when I started learning even more. So hence this topic. And now that sir has asked us to connect it with time management, I hope I am doing justice. I've tried. So to me, purpose, when I got this topic, I spoke with few of my friends and asked them, what do they think about purpose? When I asked them, some of them said that, what purpose? I mean, we are so busy doing our to-do list, our duties, our whatever we are doing in life. So where is the time to sit and think for purpose? So I got some good answers from some of my friends, but some of them were totally overwhelmed. They were totally confused. So that's how I came to know that it is not an easy thing to actually track down your purpose because we misunderstand it as goals. Goals are different and purpose is different. Goals are small time goals. Purpose is something which is long time and which is ongoing. So purpose can give meaning to our lives and it helps us go towards clarity. We understand where are we going towards and what are we actually doing in life. So the question that we can ask probably is, what is it that I want to wake up to? Like when I wake up in the morning, what is it that I want to do differently? And the smaller purpose that I would say is, what is it that makes me really happy? This I think most of us do. And there are little things that we do and that really, really makes us happy. But when we talk about what is it that purpose that I want to wake up to, that's something different from what that makes me happy. But if we can align both of these, then that is going to be like a life goal, like a life management, like how sir said. So when we do that, then our time is automatically managed. Then we are going to be very efficient, we are going to be very effective, we are going to be productive, and we are going to be meaningful because we are not going to waste time. Now, what is time? Time is which is just progressing. We cannot go back to past. Whatever has happened has happened. And future is, we don't know what is future. So all that we have is the present moment. So mindfulness we need to bring in. So when we bring in mindfulness, we are in the present moment. And when we are doing that, we are building a beautiful present and we are creating a wonderful tomorrow as well. So that choice is in our hand. So then automatically the time is going to be managed. Now for that, we need to sit down and see where are we headed towards. So I have a few points. I'm just going to scroll through this because we have only 10 minutes. So the simple question that I said that we can ask, when we ask ourselves, what am I going to wake up to? Those things can help us make our life decisions. And as you go through, your behavior, your motivation, your productivity, everything is going to change. You're going to be focused. You're going to be aligned with your goals. You're going to be aligned with your values. Values is something very important, which I will share a little bit of that later. And then we gain a sense of fulfillment. So we can read all this. Now, the purpose of these pictures, there are two categories. One is that they dedicate themselves to the nation, to nation building, to their they want to fulfill something in their life and they've come with a dream. So all these freedom fighters and all the sevas that they do, all these sevas, Mother Teresa, she's a great example. Nelson Mandela, he never had any personal agenda as such. What he wanted to do was do for the nation, do for the mankind. So the thing that they did differently was they were passionate and they were consistent. They persevered whatever they said. They dedicated their life to whatever they did. So when you do that, you're going to be smarter, you're going to live longer and happier. There are a few points that we can note down. So that is connecting to the higher. Even in Bhagavad Gita, it says that when there is nothing wrong in making yourself happy, personal life. Please do that. While you do that, you grow, and as you grow, start contributing, start sharing, start giving. When we do that, somewhere there is a sense of fulfillment, and your confidence, your courage, your authenticity, your simplicity, everything increases. Your humility, you start growing humble. The moment the thing starts getting onto your head, then it's a different story. So generally, when we see all these great people, great beings, they are so humble. They are so down to earth. They are so grounded. So purpose is going to liberate you because you're going to do even more good things. Even you are going to be even more successful. And at the same time, you're going to be grounded. And peace, joy, and gratitude will start flowing. It will be inside you. And when it is inside you, it will be so full that you will want to share it and it will start flowing through you. So that is the beauty of purpose. When I was exploring on this subject, I came through this Dr. Richard Leder. He's a executive coach. I'm sure many of you must have read his book. He's written about 12 books, out of which Power of Purpose is one of a beautiful book. And from that, I got a few points because I got that book. And then I also watched his podcast because it was extremely inspiring. He speaks about G plus P plus V. Now, can I ask all of you, what does this stand for? And definitely G is not goal. So think about it, and maybe I'll like it if somebody answers, like what is G and what is P and what is V. So let's
Is
see.
G growth?
Gratitude and purpose and value.
Value is right. Both
Race,
points.
productivity.
No, this is according to Richard Leder, right? So
Okay.
whatever you say is also right. What he said, I mean, it was really wonderful when I read that. Even I didn't get the answer initially. Yeah. So can any of you any more of you think about it and see what it could possibly be? Gratitude, of course, is there. It's a feeling. We need to have that.
Giving.
Giving, no.
Growth.
No. Anyway, thank you so much to everyone. We don't have time, so otherwise I would have taken more answers. It's
Generous.
Sorry?
Generous.
Generous. Yes, we need to be generous. Thank you. Thanks to each of you. The answer that he gave, the points that he covered was gifts plus passion, value. Now, how do we connect this to purpose? Gifts. We all have unique gifts with us. It's just that we haven't unlocked it. We haven't gone there at all. We have been doing our mundane duties and we have been keeping small goals, achieving it, enjoying, living. Fine. That is also good. But if you want to look a little more deeper, then those are the gifts. And when the gifts and the passion, gifts as in I have some qualities, you all have some qualities. If I connect that to my passion, and it is not hobbies, right? Hobbies are something which probably many times we don't even take action on it. I like to do it, but I am not doing it. It's something like that. So gifts plus passion plus value, this is the equation that he gave for purpose. And he has a beautiful questionnaire, which I don't have time now, but if Manoj sir agrees, I will share it in the group, where we can, it is called as a purpose checkup. Like how he says, we have financial checkup, we have medical checkup, so we should have a purpose checkup. So I love that, the way he spoke. And he says, the more you do it, the better it gets. And the better it gets, the deeper it gets. So you're going to go into that whole chain, and it is a beautiful chain. So this is the book that I was talking about. And he called his company as Inventure. Now, the guy who interviewed him, he asked him that what does inventure mean? Inventure means, he says, we do adventure. We go and explore places. He says this is the inward journey. So this is inventure. And he has described it beautifully as having, doing, and being. Having is the outer life. That is your experiences with the outer world. Doing is your experiences with your inner world. And being is what you are. So I am this. So that is the spiritual life. So he has elaborated it very beautifully. I will share the podcast and the questionnaire if it is okay. Yeah. And the smaller piece that he speaks about is the presence, path, and practices. He says the presence is what am I doing today? There are things that I do today which I'm not happy about. There are things that I do today which I'm very, very happy about. So those are the present moment things. Path is on which path I am on to. And practices are when I connect these two. That is what I'm doing today and what is my path. When I connect these two, that becomes my practice. So he also elaborates on when I am learning, when personally I am learning and growing, it is my duty to share. It is my duty to give. As in, even in the nature, it's like that. For example, I will say is that a mango tree produces so many mangoes, but the tree doesn't eat all the mangoes. It is just for the mankind. Even in the animal world, even in the plant kingdom, they know how to share. And we humans, all we know is to accumulate. Most of us, I'm not saying everybody. There are people who are totally into sharing. There are totally on the other side and totally on this side. So we can find a balance. So he speaks about giving. Now, I have a small exercise. Sir, how many minutes are over?
You do the exercise, please.
Okay, so can you all close your eyes? I will take you through a small exercise and take some small deep breaths and relax yourself and think about what makes you really, really happy. And once you're ready with that, I will go with the next question. What are my unique gifts? We all have unique gifts. It's just that we haven't explored. So what are my unique gifts? Next, what is it that I have and can contribute and offer to others? From the gifts, now, you must all have figured out something. If you wish to, you all can note it down because I'm not going deeper into it. The next question that I would say is, how can I make my life matter and make a difference? Based on all these questions, how can I make my life matter? Because we all do matter, right? We all are important. We all are unique. We all are beautiful in our own ways. So how can I make a difference with whatever gifts I have? Now, when I show you this picture, after you finish noting down, you can come back to this. When I show you this picture, what comes to your mind? Anybody can answer.
We are not being able to
Not,
enter. Yeah.
not being able to enter. Right.
Waiting to be liberated.
Waiting to be
Liberated.
liberated. Yes, they are all right. So due to lack of time, I'm going ahead. This is how it is. The picture is like this. So generally what we do is in our personal life, it's like this, right? We don't see the bigger picture. So when we start seeing other perspectives, the broader perspectives, we see that, yes, there is a choice. So all mankind, all humans, please wake up, step up and take a choice. And taking a choice, stepping up and picking up a choice is a decision. It's a conscious decision that we do, and it takes effort. There are so many people who feel stuck. So we as coaches and counselors can help them get out of that in a nice, beautiful way by showing them different perspectives, by talking to them about how we can see multiple perspectives, right? So we all have that ability to choose. It's just that we forget about it. Yeah. So nature rewards effort, not anxiety. When you're anxious, nothing is going to happen. We are not going to move forward. We are not going to move anywhere. So when you take that step, when you exercise that choice, that is what is an effort. And that effort is not going to be easy. It is going to be difficult. So we need to take small steps. An effort is a mindset, I would say. Optimistic mindset and pessimistic mindset. We have two. So when you have an optimistic mindset, you are going to take that choice. You are going to take that effort. And excellence is not going to come easily. When you keep doing, when you repeatedly do that positive mindset, positive effort, you are going to reach excellence. So that is again consistency. So many people say, like instant noodles, I want to be successful. You're not going to be successful. You can keep dreaming, you can keep visualizing. But unless and until you take action, unless and until you take that effort, you're not going to be successful. So we need to understand this. So it is not going to be a quick and easy thing. We need to be patient. So there are no shortcuts to success. So when it comes to success, these are some of the famous successful people. They were walking the path of their purpose. That is when they became successful. It was not that success was very easily, it came to them. Success needs a lot of effort and it needs dedication, it needs passion. You need to connect all these things and your values have to be aligned. So these are all people who never gave up. Why? Because they never saw failures as failures. They saw it as stepping stones. So they kept their purpose ahead and they walked and they achieved what they achieved. And then success is a byproduct. So success will definitely come. You are sure to success. You are sure to be successful. So this is a quote which I read somewhere. I felt this was apt here. So don't chase butterflies, build your own garden. Butterflies will come. Where will they go? They are going to come towards flowers. They want to come to a beautiful garden. Yeah. So do what really matters. Manoj sir has been like drilling this into us. Do what matters. Keep doing what really matters. So that is called as prioritization. And then your time is not going to be wasted. You're going to align things to your vision, to your values. You're going to protect your boundaries. That is very, very essential. While you're doing this, protecting your boundaries are very essential. You can't just allow people to walk in and say and do things in our small, beautiful world. So those are simple things. And as you keep growing, as you keep moving ahead with your purpose, you're not going to be distracted. You're going to be focused. And keep reflecting, keep realigning, because that is also equally necessary. Whether you're on the right track, whether you're going to do everything according to your plan. If this plan doesn't work, then think of some other plan. So strategize yourself. Then balance your priorities, because we all have our unique purpose. We will not copy anybody. We are not going to be, sorry, sir, few more seconds. Yeah, few more minutes. Yeah, so we are going to be unique. So I cannot do everything. I can only do few things. This is a mantra that I am going to follow and I have been following for some time, that I can't be everywhere. So leave certain groups, leave certain people, be polite, but leave it, because you know you can't be everywhere and you can't do everything. This is another simple method that I went through, 3-3-3 method. And this is the book that I haven't yet read it. I'm going to read it. So it's 3 most important tasks. On a daily basis, we can do this. 3 most important tasks, 3 urgent to do things, and 3 maintenance reviews. I'm rushing it up a little, and take breaks between tasks, because that is very, very necessary. Like taking rest in between work is necessary to get ourselves charged. Even our mobiles and laptops need charging, right? It goes off sometimes. So we need to recharge and realign. So similarly, we need to take breaks in between our whatever tasks we do, learn and improve, focus on your quality and not quantity. Take few things, work on it, do your best. Then the simple mantra that I have jotted down is set a goal, make a plan, get to work, stick to it, reach your goal. And SMART goals, small, measurable, achievable. What is that R? I forgot.
Realistic.
Realistic. And time bound. Time bound is very, very important. And if you don't know what is your purpose in life, pursue yourself, become a best version of yourself, and then automatically things will start revealing. You can bloom and blossom wherever you are. Every morning, like the sun rises, you have a better chance to become a better version of yourself. Write a beautiful story for yourself. And I have list one more quote. Define your life with the actions. Don't just keep it here. Put it into action. Like how Manoj sir says, your hands and legs have to move. So put it into action. The love you give, the memories you make, these are going to make your life. Unlock and embrace the purpose. The key is with us, it's not with anybody else. So please unlock it. And let's make every moment count. For me personally, purpose is a belief that life matters and that I am unique and I can make a difference, and I will do that. And I'm a foodie, so I have put a cake here. I've put a sponge cake. If time was there, I would have explained it even more deeper. So what I meant here was that future is for learners, not knowers. I can't say I'm done, I'm over. No, I have to learn, I have to grow, I have to keep moving. So we can be like a sponge, absorb all the learnings, enjoy the moisture that is inside, grow, nurture, and then share. So acquiring is one aspect, sharing is another aspect. So we can keep venturing, savor it, and share it. So this is the last quote. A purpose-driven life makes our time on earth more meaningful. The joy of contributing brings peace, a feeling of gratitude, and a sense of abundance within us. When I have so much, I have to give it. I can't hold it so much because it's going to become very heavy for me. So that's how a purpose-driven life is. Thank you, Manoj sir. Thank you so very much, because I explored so much in this just because you asked us. And thank you for allowing us to choose the topic. That was wonderful. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah,
I was rushing because time bound.
I didn't know you were talking about butterflies.
Yeah, excellent. We're so happy to hear you, and so inspiring and so motivating, and such an apt topic as well, and by an apt speaker. Yeah. So excellent, Usha. Some wonderful points. But most important thing is the joy of contributing. See, a sense of purpose is what makes life really meaningful. Because we don't want to be a parasite, you know. We don't want to be just receiving and receiving and receiving. Like a person who is begging or something, just receiving but not contributing. And it's in the contribution that we experience the real joy of life, that we are able to contribute. That's where the sense of purpose comes in. So I wrote a couple of sentences from this slide. A purpose is both liberating and grounding. It takes you out of ego, having a sense of purpose. You just wanting to contribute, wanting to add value to the community, to the society, to humanity, to this planet. It's very liberating to do your bit, to contribute, to make this world a better place to live in. So it creates a sense of groundedness, a sense of gratitude. It helps you that inventure, that G plus P plus V. So you can dive deep within and bring out the best within you when you have a sense of purpose. So this creates some kind of a very noble intention. And the best part that I liked about the entire presentation is she doesn't stop there and she goes into the action, because a lot of us, we have a lot of good intentions. And not only that, we also need to identify what is our unique capability. We can't contribute in every aspect of life. Like some of you may not be good in cooking, some of you may not be good in creative art, etc. But we have our unique capabilities and we need to identify that, and that gives us a medium to contribute. But the most important thing is action. That's our hands and legs have to move. So having a noble intention is not really connecting to your purpose, because when you really connect to your purpose, you want to act on it. Even if it is a little bit of a step, a little bit of action, a little bit of contribution to another human being, you know, a little bit of smile you put on another person. And so the action is very important element of, I mean, that completes the sense of purpose. And so I really liked, when we see broader, we see choices. And that was an excellent slide. And step back and make a choice, make an effort, take action, and contribute. Because the joy of contributing even $1 billion is less compared to the joy of contributing. And that's what makes life meaningful. Wonderful, Usha. Thank you. And we have a couple of more speakers on sense of purpose, because this is the most important element. So sense of purpose needs to come first, and then vision, goal, everything else follows. So over to Rohan now on stress-free productivity, because time management, a lot of people, oh, time management, stress. No, mastering time management leads to stress-free productivity. And so this is a very important element. We do what we do, and especially we do what matters without stress. We do it with passion, with enthusiasm, but we don't want stress. So over to Rohan on stress-free productivity.
Yeah, thank you, Manoj, and I hope everybody can hear me. So I'm joining from my mobile also, and I'm presenting from my computer. I don't want to take any stress. Yeah. So yeah. So basically, this when the topic came up, it was a coincidence that few months back only I had bought a book on this, and when the topic of the book, the name of the book and the topic was so similar. So I just had to pick up the topic because I was so inspired when I was reading that book. And I, as a person, I'm a multitasker, and at times I go through stressful situations. So I always look forward to how do I be more productive without stress, and that book has really helped me. So I'll talk about it. And first of all, I'll ask questions. 3 questions. What is the biggest source of stress in our daily life? Because today's environment is very fast-paced. Why do you think we have this stress? And can there be any permanent solution? So I'll call out some names who have written from the start. So there is Bhaskaranji, Sagar, Usha, Nazreen, Nagareddy, Rama. So if you guys can, if each one I'll give you 30 seconds, and each one just give me random answers in any order. So I'll just start the timer.
Stress
mostly because of the anxiety. Sorry?
Yes, just I'll put the questions again.
Times.
I'll just put the timer, 30 seconds. I've put a timer here, so we are on time.
First question is mostly because of the anxiety we are getting the stress. First question.
Yeah, I'll come to the answers. Just giving 30 seconds for everybody to think on it. And now I will give you, done. 30 seconds is done. So we'll now go to the answers. Yeah, 1 second. Yes. So tell me the answers. Bhaskaranji, first question.
First question, mostly anxiety, we are getting stress.
Anxiety, okay.
Uncertainty.
And anybody else for the next? Uncertainty.
Can show the questions once again?
Yes.
Okay. Why do we have this stress? Because we are overthinking, we are getting the stress.
Okay.
Permanent solution means we have to get the awareness that I need not do this, putting ourselves into the calm state. That's all.
Okay. And anybody else? What can there be a permanent solution to this?
Looking for a balance.
Okay, good.
Acceptance.
Acceptance, balance, yeah. So one thing is, sorry,
if there is a permanent solution to the stress,
Yes.
there is a permanent solution to the stress, the challenge and the thrill of life will go away.
Correct. So different ways to look at the same thing, and different answers. Usha ji, you were saying something?
Even I was saying the same thing, that the life is all about like juggling and going ahead.
Right. So, today at the corporate level, everybody is looking at reducing costs and loading existing people with more and more tasks, and optimize, as they say. And that is in corporate world, everybody is expected to be multitasking, and that's a big source of stress. And at times I was searching for this holy grail where how can we live a life where we want to do so many things at the same time, have no stress, at the same time be highly productive. So I came across this productivity expert who has some mantras for stress-free productivity. So the author is David Allen, and his book says Getting Things Done, The Art of Stress-Free Productivity. And I loved the book when I started reading it, and I bought this book around 6 months back. And so I call this the art of relaxed control. And it's a new skill which I learned, and it's helped me a lot immensely. So it talks about something called productive engagement. So it says, he gives an example, when there is a crisis, we are actually fully engaged at that point of time. And at that point of time, time disappears and we are fully present. And why does this happen? Because at that time we are very clear what our outcome is, and automatically we take intuitive actions and get meaningfully engaged to that outcome. And everything else is put in the back burner and we are totally present. So he calls this productively engaged. And he says why many of us are not productively engaged is because our mind is continuously occupied and many things are demanding our attention, and that causes overwhelm, confusion, conflict. And when you are not in control and you don't have clear outcomes or steps, your mind reacts. And how does it react? It becomes numb, it becomes busy. And what's the result? You feel you have no time. And what is the solution we think? We think only if I had more time. So productivity needs a system for management and control. It's actually not about time. It's about being in control. It's about having the bandwidth and space to think. We need a creative energy to be productive. Actually, creativity needs space. And creative energy is not actually required for management or control. Actually, for management and control, we need a system. Why do we need the system? Actually, stress basically comes from the commitments we make or accept, and when they are not managed. So we waste time and energy. We keep thinking about something and then we make no progress. We go in loops. And the reason is that when something is in our mind.
Rohan, sorry, just unmute now. Sorry.
And what happens when we are not in control, when something's on our mind, we avoid taking decisions. And why do we avoid taking decisions? Because we wait, we think, we wait. At the last moment, we have to take that decision, and then a huge inefficiencies and stress leads to unnecessary stress. So if you don't pay attention to what has your attention, you will give it more attention that it deserves. Now, the solutions and what does David Allen propose? So I think the slide has not moved. Yeah, it's moved. Yeah. So don't accumulate, he says. Note down everything. And don't write mom, dog, project. Write down the outcome you want. And then you put reminders in place. At least review them once a week. And then take plan to make action lists. So first define the outcomes in your list and keep noting down whatever is in your mind. Note it down, note it down, note it down. But don't note it down as a word. Note it down as an outcome. And then you put a reminder that I need this outcome to be achieved in so much time. And then keep regularly reviewing it. And when you're making your action list, always start with the end in mind and reverse. So go backwards. First say this is the outcome. To achieve these, I have to reach here and here and here, and then come to the starting point, and that's your list. So go backwards, make the entire list, and then you apply time management, prioritization, decision making. So he talks about this system called C-Core. It's very similar to PDCA. Capture, clarify, organize, reflect, and engage. But first step, ensure you capture and clarify. Now he has a simple checklist how to do it. He says, first, if it's actionable, first decide yes or no. If it's no action need to be taken, put it either in trash or let it be in your reference list, let it incubate. And then you have maybe once a month reviewing your reference list. If it's an action, okay, it could be a project. Or will it be a short term or a long term? Normally, he defines a project is 1 year time period and it requires multiple steps. And then he says there you need to do a separate project planning. Otherwise, let's say if it's a task which needs less than 2 minutes, he says do it right now. And if it takes more than 2 minutes, then either you have two options, delegate or defer. If it's to delegate it to someone. If you are having that authority to delegate it to someone. and put a record with a review date and follow up, and let this other person who you're giving the task also know that you are delegating it for that deadline and you're going to follow up on that day, and then put it on your calendar. And if if you have to do it yourself, put it on your calendar and block date. And this is very important. Block dates for planning and to do. So you putting it in your calendar with a time that, okay, I will give 1 hour on this day to plan on this task, and then I will do. So this is a simple task. So now what we have to remember, the primary reason for organizing is to reduce the cognitive load and eliminate the need to constantly be thinking what I need to do. Anxiety and guilt, as Bhaskaran sir said, doesn't come from having too much to do. It comes from breaking agreements with yourself. Your mind is for having ideas, not for holding them. Maintaining an objective and complete inventory of your work, regularly reviewed, makes it much easier to say no with integrity. So when everything is under control, there is no stress. You can only feel, the slide went off, 1 second.
Yeah. 2 more minutes.
Yes, I'll be done in 2. So you can only feel good about what you're not doing. Just get me on this. You can only feel good about what you're not doing when you know everything you're not doing. And until you have captured everything that has your attention, some part of you will still not trust that you are working with the whole picture of your world. So have project lists, have support material, have calendar action plans, have next action lists, have waiting for lists, have reference material, and have a list for someday maybe. And as last time also I spoke about few paradoxes, and I love paradoxes. So there is usually an inverse relationship between how much something is on your mind and how much you're going to get done. More on your mind, lesser chance it will get done. Your best thoughts about work won't happen when you're at work. You need time off. If you're not sure why you're doing something, you can never do enough of it. And the summary, the biggest secret to efficient, creative, and productive thinking and action is to put the right thing in your focus at the right time. It is fine to decide not to decide about something. You just need a decide not to decide system to get it out of your mind. Simple to understand and a lifetime to master. Thank you. Manoj sir, 16 minutes before time. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Rohan.
Yes.
And Specific Productivity by David Allen is one of my favorite books. And of course, the other book being First Things First by Dr. Stephen Covey.
Manoj, you're muted. I can't hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very, very valuable point. And I'll just put it in a simple way. Because towards the end, he said there's an inverse proportion. If you have a lot of stuff on your mind, there are 101 things to do, and there are so many things pending. And so there are a lot of stuff in your head, the less productive you will be, right? Less things gets done. I have to do this, I have to do that, oh, that is pending, this is pending, and you want to get things done. You get very less things done. You put all these 101 things to do in a system that is in a notebook or in an Excel sheet or something. All these 101 things. And you are left with just that one thing that is to be needed right now. Right? And you bring in that engagement. And your mind is free of everything else because that notebook will take care, or the diary will take care, or some system will take care. And your mind is free and your mind is completely engaged in the thing that you're doing. Your creative energy. And it's like when you're climbing a mountain, they say that the one step that you are taking, you just bring in everything into that one step. Be in the present. Be fully engaged. Enjoy it. Right? Because that's what matters. And so that's a nice way to look at, instead of thinking about hundreds of things of your long list of things to do in your head, put it in some paper so that your head is free and focusing on the thing that is ahead of you. And I like the productive engagement, the full presence. And one of the characteristics of a complete presence is that the time disappears. Completely, the time disappears. You are not aware of the time. You're so engaged in work, and then after some time, you realize, okay,
You get into flow state.
you get into that flow state. And that can happen if you have a system. That's what Rohan was emphasizing, and that's what David Allen in his book was emphasizing, that put it on some paper. You hold ideas, but don't hold all your things to do list in your head. Have it in a diary. And so that the head is free and there's a space and you're fully engaged and you experience a state of flow. So Usha was speaking about the joy of contributing. And I would say Rohan's this thing is the joy of engagement, the joy of doing things. So capturing and getting things done. These are things that if you can bring it to practice, life will really be wonderful, because this is day-to-day life. This is not once in a while we are trying to do something. This is every day, right? You get your habit in terms of he spoke about the C core, or have some system, and life becomes easy and wonderful. So from this we move. We have a few more speakers. Thank you.
So
Rohan
just want to
ji.
say, yeah,
Thank you,
sir, just want to
Rohan ji.
say,
Really, you rekindled my interest in the book as well. Beautifully explained, and every slide was very valuable. Yeah, thank you so much.
thank you, Naveen. And I just want to say that there's a nice TEDx video of David Allen. I'll post that on the group. That everybody is a very good summary. 22 minutes. He has explained it very well. So that everybody should see.
Yeah. So
thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Rohan, and thank you. Wonderful input. And now over to Naveen on Power of Purpose.
You'll make me the host.
You can share.
And share automatically.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you see my slide?
Yes.
Audio video ready? Just check. Yeah. First of all, thank you, Manoj, and all the colleagues for giving this opportunity to everybody, because we learn so much from each other. It's a wonderful opportunity. In 10 minutes, we can learn so much from on a particular topic. Now, this is also, like Usha was saying, this is one of my favorite topics. So when Manoj gave the list of topics, I took less than 10 seconds to decide, okay, this is going to be my topic. The power of purpose. Okay, I'll switch on my videos. And I think one of the programs which Manoj did, I remember he used a similar image, I think, the plant coming out of the rocks. So there is a beautiful meaning from this, because plants only grow on soil or land, but plants, the purpose is they want to live. So they even in my villa, there is a plant coming out in the second floor. I don't know from where it comes, from the flooring also it comes out. I don't know how it comes out. So that is the meaning of this particular image. As they say, the purpose of life is a life of purpose. And from a time when we are young, our parents keep telling us, have something, some meaningful thing in your life, and we don't understand at that point of time. And later we get the message. So in 2023, me and my sons, we went to the India-Pakistan World Cup cricket match in Ahmedabad. And since long, I wanted to visit the Sabarmati Ashram in Ahmedabad. And it was near my hotel as well. So I walked in and then I went to the Sabarmati. This is the Sabarmati Ashram photographs you can see there. And when I was actually seeing the photographs and what was written there, and this particular image you see down, this image you see down here. Now this is Mahatma Gandhi in his Dandi March. So can you guess how many people were there in the Dandi March?
Thousands of them.
Thousands, okay. Any other guesses? So the answer is
No, he started all alone.
yeah,
People joined him at different stages.
different locations, right? But he started with 144 or something, just 144 people. He started with that, just that. That's it. But imagine the power of the man. I was thinking those days, no communication, no mobiles, not even telephones, whatever was not there. But still, the purpose of the man is so very strong. He didn't even stop. He was not a big, strong man. He was a frail, thin man. He understood he could have lived a very cushy life as a very successful lawyer in South Africa. But he understood the purpose of his life is to give freedom to mankind. So once he understood his mission, there was no going back for him. And I always think had Mahatma Gandhi not stood for us in the sense our country, maybe instead of Manoj, some English professor would have been teaching us here. We would have still probably been under the British, maybe, who knows. But one man stood, and of course others joined him, but one man actually stood for us. One of the book which actually impacted me so much in my life, it's a small, simple, wonderful book. It's called You Can Heal Your Life. And Louise L. Hay, when if you buy the book or have the book, if you see the first two pages, she writes her own story there. And as a young child, parents got separated, and she got molested, physically abused, and later again physically abused, later again physically abused. She got cervical cancer and abandoned by everybody. But this woman, this girl, young girl, didn't give up on life. She she thought whatever is happening, I caused it. I am the reason for it. Then she went deeper, understood everything comes out of a thought. And she researched on that and created a book called, she gave some answers about what causes what disease. And that became the You Can Heal Your Life. From there, she went on to become, you can see there more than 50 million copies sold, 50 million copies of one book. And she has actually published, I think, more than 90 books. She went on to live 90 years of her life, 90 years. And what Manoj sir is saying, in Chennai, there's a lady who conducts You Can Heal Your Life workshops. Now, imagine this one small young girl who was physically abused, impacting so many lives even now. That is a legacy she has left. She understood the purpose of her life is to create uh, peace and harmony for everybody. And this boy, at 14, 15 years, he played Test cricket for India. He went on to play Test cricket for 25 years for one mission, one purpose. I need to win the World Cup for my country. That is my mission. It's not about the money, it's not about Bharat Ratna. So his own colleague Vinod Kambli fell by the way, even though he's equally talented, because Vinod Kambli was pleasure centric. Sachin Tendulkar was purpose centric. That made all the difference for Sachin. If you ask the question to yourself, why am I here? What is the purpose of my life? My life. It's a deep question, but nowadays most people do shallow thinking or superficial thinking. Very, very few people do deep thinking. And the people who do deep thinking are the people who are actually able to guide others in their lives. So my suggestion to all of you, all of us, is ask this question to yourself. And they can be, it's okay if we don't have to find freedom for our nation. We are already free. Or there'll be some purpose. There's so many problems. I went to my village. There's so many problems there. You can create some purpose. You can create a mega purpose. You can have many purposes. Now, in the mega purpose, your mini purposes can be small, small things you're doing. Now, once you do that, you'll reach your mega purpose one fine day. I'll explain that a little more later. And do you know whose house this is? Any guesses? Okay, this was the house of Abraham Lincoln. And last year, we went to the US, and I told my cousin, take me there. So we went to Springfield near Chicago. So we went to this house, Springfield, Chicago, where actually Abraham Lincoln actually stayed with his family. And when I was going to this museum and reading all these things, if you go to the Google and ask the 10 top US presidents ever, 9 out of 10 ratings will be Abraham Lincoln comes on the top. Why? You ask the question, why? Not because he failed so many times, became president, which we tell in our motivation classes, but most importantly, because he put the country first and he next. And this photograph you see down below is about how he liberated slavery. And that's called the Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation. That original is there in that museum which I saw. And the greatness of the man is, after he became the president, he had one of his opposition person in his ministry. And there's a book which inspired Barack Obama, which says the tribe of rivals. How can you have a tribe of rivals? But here is a man who thought America is important for me, not me or my party. So he didn't mind having opposition people in his council of ministers, because he felt they are the persons who are most suitable to play that particular role. So his purpose was the country, not himself, bigger than himself. So my question to all of you is, what wakes you up every day morning? What wakes you up every day morning? Is it the alarm clock? Is it the alarm clock, or is it your purpose talk? And people with purpose don't need a clock to wake up, because their purpose will drive them every single day. So if we are still relying on an alarm clock to wake up, it means our purpose is unclear. So just think about it. As they say, when you have an these are some words I've added. When you have an ultra strong, ultra intense, ultra deep, ultra noble purpose, which is called the why, anyhow can be managed. Look at Mahatma Gandhi, look at Abraham Lincoln, look at Louis L.A., look at Sachin Tendulkar, look at any other person who's doing so well. They don't get bothered by obstacles, because their why is very, very strong. So that's the reason I created something called the characteristics of people with a strong purpose. People with strong purpose, this is my observations. I have observed these things will be there. Number one, they always transcend reality. Mahatma Gandhi, mighty British Empire, reality is British doesn't give freedom. Transcended. They overcome limiting beliefs. To hell with limiting beliefs. They don't even think about beliefs at all. They just overcome them. No, their inner voice always overpowers the outer noise. Outer noise happening, but inner voice is so strong, it actually mutes the outer noise. Now, they may not have all the resources, but they're very resourceful. They know way to connect what, so that things will get done. Though they are purpose-centric, but not ego-driven, which means they're actually looking at what is for the common good. And they create an empowering identity. What I realized is they may consciously or unconsciously, but they create an empowering identity. And that actually drives them to their purpose. And they focus more on we, not just on me. And I don't know if you can see the last one. They're fulfilled, not just happy. They're fulfilled, not just happy. Now here, one of my questions to all of you is, what is 365? Any guesses? What is 365?
Throughout the year,
Probably on every single day.
every single day.
Yeah, 365. So my question to all of you, please give honest answers. Every 365 days a year, when you sleep on the bed in the night, every single day, when you complete your day, out of 365 days, how many days are you really fulfilled? In other words, I call it, what's your fulfillment ratio? So many days divided by 365 to 100. What's your fulfillment ratio? Think about it. Because if your fulfillment ratio is very low, then we look for other things to fill up the vacuum. Some people drink, some people smoke, some people do shopping, some people do net surfing, and so on, because they're not joyful inside. So ask yourself, what's your fulfillment ratio? And this is my mother. This is the latest photograph I'm showing. This is my mother in my village on the left side, on the right side. My mother just celebrated 81st birthday, 81st birthday. And she's just passed her ninth class. But she's still, and she visualizes everything so well. She has constructed maybe about 7 to 8 houses, including my villa. She designed it. I mean, the interiors. In our village, which is near in Andhra Pradesh, we had an old house, so we demolished it because it was already getting a lot of cracks. And this is the this house was demolished, and then we were thinking, shall we reconstruct a new house or not? Now, you know what my mother thought? My mother thought the next generations, if we don't have a house there, they will come once we have a Hanuman temple we have constructed there. They will just come one day, do the puja, and then go back. But nobody will stay there because we don't have a house. So she said, no, we need to make the next generation get connected to their roots, because otherwise people live in only concrete jungles. So this is her. She's the leader. She's the manager. She's doing everything. You can see she's giving instructions, and all the workers are stunned with her knowledge of what work has to be done. They cannot take her for a ride. And 81 years, you can see the stick is there in between her legs. You can see that also. And she doesn't get stopped. Her purpose is very clear. I need to give a proper legacy for our grandchildren, great grandchildren, and so on. That is so inspiring. It inspired me so much. So we did the Senkustapan, we did November 21st. You can see the middle photograph is construction going on there. And you can see that water bottle in the middle. Opposite that, my mother will be sitting below a tree, supervising everything for the whole day. And on the right side, you can see me on a table. On the left, towards my right, you can see our Hanuman temple, which my mother and father constructed almost 50 years ago. And she renovated it. And beside that, you can see we have fish farms and all that. It's a beautiful place. And once it is complete, I invite you people to come and stay with us also. And I also got inspired by Sridhar Vembu. Now, Sridhar Vembu is Zoho Corporation, Tamil Nadu, and he operates from his own village. You can see laptop in his city, and he goes on a cycle. So for him, purpose is important, not pleasure, not comfort. So I got so inspired. So I'm sitting in my village. You can see there. You can see the book. You can see my notebook, which is NLPTT, the notebook I'm writing on that. Whatever I have to fill up after the class is over, and there's a book also on my table. I'm doing my work there when I'm also supervising the house along with my mother. This is purpose centricity. I got so inspired by my mother, and I created my own mission about a few years ago. My mission in life is to inspire, enlighten, and transform millions and millions and millions of people to live a life of fulfillment. I didn't say success. I didn't say pleasure. I said fulfillment in their personal life and professional career. This is what I created in my life, and this is what wakes me up every single day of my life. I may wake up a little bit that way, this way, may not be on time, but my background music will always be my mission is this. My mission as part, that is a big mission I have. My smaller mission will be, okay, today my session is there. This is my mini purpose, and that is my mega purpose. All the mini purposes will add on to the mega purpose. If I take today's session for granted, I'm missing my mega purpose in my life. So let's not assume that mega purpose is important. The mini is not important. This is the roadmap for the main thing. That's why they say people with purpose are actually unshakable. Mahatma Gandhi, unshakable. Abraham Lincoln, unbreakable. And therefore, they become unstoppable in their life. This is what is going to happen if your purpose is ultra strong. I end with a small story which I like a lot. Consider your friends invited you to a birthday party, their birthday. So you went to the gift shop, purchased one gift for them, and went in your car. You're going alone in your car, and then you went to the party, and then your friend greeted you at the door, and you met other friends. You had a good time there. You had good food and met everybody and had some fun and all that. And then you said bye, and then you got into your car and you're coming back. And at the traffic signal, there's the red signal, and you stop, and you look towards your left side, and on the front passenger seat, you find the gift is still there in your car. You forgot to give it to your friend. So the moral of the story is everybody is born with some unique gifts given by the universe. Are you going to give it to the world and then leave, or are you going to take it along with you without giving it to the world? Please think about it. And thank you so much.
Excellent. Yeah, excellent. And the last story was the best. And thanks for sharing us your mom's photograph. Very, very inspiring. Yeah, at the age of 80 plus. And wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, so that was a presentation by Naveen on the power of purpose. And I think by now something needs to have changed in you and get a sense of don't be pleasure driven. Yes, we can have pleasures in life, but life is not pleasure. Chasing pleasure is not life. Okay, so once in a while on a, yes, we can want to have some pleasure, but not the whole life is chasing pleasure, nor Naveen gave that example of Sachin and Kambli, which is an excellent example. Sachin being purpose-centric, and Vinod Kambli decided to be pleasure-centric. And another thing is to be egocentric. Egocentric is wanting to be purchase a better car than your neighbor or your friend, and have a more expensive shoes than your colleague. That is not life. We all have a gift, and are we giving it? I mean, we are holding the gift to be given, that unique capability and the uniqueness that we have, which we can turn it into a contribution. We can add value, and very inspiring, Naveen. Very, very inspiring. And most inspiring was you sitting in your hometown and with your mom, and that was the most inspiring. We'll remember those pictures, and life needs to be purpose driven. How can I contribute? How can I add value? How can I transcend self and add value to the community, to humanity? How can I make this world a better place? Wake up to that. Instead of the alarm clock, wake up to purpose clock. That was a very good analogy there. So thank you, and over to Varsha. Varsha is also, thank you once again. Excellent presentation, very inspiring. And Varsha is also going to speak on power of purpose. And I think the chemistry we are experiencing, let it all turn into, I think we all need to transform ourselves to a better person and connect to purpose. Yeah, over to Varsha.
Yeah, thank you so much, Manoj. I hope I'm audible. If I am, can I have some thumbs up, please? Thank you, Manoj and Santosh, for this wonderful opportunity. The power of purpose. What is the power of purpose? Now, let's imagine waking up every single day and you know exactly what you want to do. Not just to meet some deadlines or fulfill some obligations, but to do something bigger, something better, something that excites you, something that adds meaning to every single moment. Think for a moment. What would change your life if you were guided by some clear, undeniable sense of purpose? So, purpose is not a motivator. It is actually a compass. It's a compass that aligns your actions with impact, and this is what fuels your lasting success. Take a moment and think about an inspiring leader. Who is your most inspiring leader, or who is the most impactful cricketer you know? What sets them apart? Is it just their talent, or is it what they can do? I think to me, it is their clarity of purpose. So today I want to dive a little deeper into this, and I'm going to ask you to think, what is it that ignites that passion, that purpose within you? And what would it look like if you were going to lead every single day with fire? Let's take that question one step further. And I want to ask you, why do you do what you do? What is it that gets you out of bed? Now, let me share this a little example here with you about my own life. I started working around 2002 at a call center, and I was very new to this industry. Honestly speaking, I wasn't really sure what I was getting into. Went with the flow, started working as a communication trainer, and within the first month, my life started changing. I felt a little more cheerful. I had a bounce in my step and I looked forward to work every single day. I just loved what I did. I loved walking into the training room. I loved seeing smiles on the faces of my trainees. And I loved to see the transformation that happened at the end of those 2 weeks. Soon enough, my first review came up and my boss called me and he said, Varsha, we've had great feedback from you and the trainees love your sessions. What do you do differently? And I looked at him and I said, you know what? I'm just enjoying this so much. I'm having the time of my life. I found a space where I belong. And he said, in that case, you should pay us because we've done something for you. But then the rest is history. I went on to become their master trainer, took on course development, and then it was just the best time of my life. Now when I look back, that was my calling. That was my purpose. Making a difference in people's lives is what I live for, what I wake up for. Seeing smiles on my clients' faces is my calling, what I want to do. Now I want you to put in the chat box. What motivates you? What motivates you to do what you do? One word in the chat box. You can unmute and also speak if you can. Go ahead. Is it personal growth? Is it your team, your family, your loved ones?
Give back to society.
Giving back to society? Yes, of course. Anyone else would like to share?
Inspiring others.
Inspiring others?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So the question lies in the why behind what you do. Now I have one more question for you. What are the 2 most important days in your life? Which are the 2 most important days? Anyone wants to share? Try. There are no right or wrong answers.
The day
In the
you
chat
were
box?
born,
The day you were
and
born.
the day
Thank
you
you.
and then the day you realized why you were born.
Absolutely, Nagi. That was bang on. So yes, Mark Twain captures this so beautifully in his quote that the 2 most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you know why. Of course, you have nothing to do with the first day, but you have everything to do with the second day because the why clarifies our direction. It strengthens your resilience and helps you inspire others. So let's move a little forward and understand why we do what we do and look at what is the impact of purpose. You know, purpose is your inner compass and it helps guide decisions, what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. Maslow, as we all know, talks about purpose and he says it provides that intrinsic motivation. It helps you go through setbacks and challenges with resilience, helps you stay engaged, have meaningful connections. So we've spoken about, I've seen in the presentations today, we've spoken extensively about Mother Teresa, Mahatma Gandhi. All of these great leaders have spoken about how they have aligned their purpose with their lives. And that's what has created impact. Now, I want you to tell me, who is that one person you admire and what do you think their purpose is? One person, you can put it in the chat box. One person you admire? And what do you think their purpose is? So one person who I find very, very inspiring is this man, Viktor Frankl. And if any of you have read his books, you will know that throughout his years of imprisonment, he found ways in which one could find meaning in their life. Thank you, Zakir. I can see Mother Teresa, Nagi Reddy saying Vivekananda. Thank you for that. And yes, and their purpose, before we come back to Viktor Frankl, what do you think their purpose is? Mother Teresa's human service, but what about Swami Vivekananda? Purpose to create a meaningful life. Thank you so much. Okay, coming back to Viktor Frankl. So he was imprisoned during the Holocaust. In fact, he didn't even know that this was going to be a permanent thing. He thought that it is a temporary arrangement. They're going to take us here for a short while and then release us. But he went through so much. And according to Frankl, he says there are 3 pathways to purpose. The first one is creating or achieving something significant. You know, before he was a psychologist and he was working on a book. Before he got sent to these concentration camps in Auschwitz, he had published, or rather written his book waiting to be published, but the Nazis took it away from him. He spent a lot of time fantasizing about publishing that book. And when his manuscript was taken away from him, he actually visualized what that manuscript would look like. He wrote it over and over again in his head. And he found meaning in something in spite of his circumstances. The next thing that Frankl talks about is love. It's very, very sad that his wife was separated from him when they reached the camp. But he had no idea where she was. He didn't even know if he could see her again. And then when he used to say in his book, if you read, he says that he could feel her physical presence. And when he found out that his wife died, of course it was sad, but it was a reason for him to move on and stay on and hope get out of that camp. He maintained dignity during difficult times, and that was his courage. Now, even though it was difficult for him in the concentration camp, he found that in his time of suffering, he could spend time thinking about things that were meaningful to him because he used purpose as his lifetime. A very interesting observation here also is that Frankl found prisoners who found a reason to live were more likely to survive those camps. His famous quote is, "Those who have a why to live can almost behave anyhow." Now that we know that purpose is your meaning, your why, I want you to think about your journey towards purpose. What makes you lose track of time? What impact do you leave on others? What do you do to take on life's hurdles in your tracks? If you think about these things, it will get you closer to realizing your purpose. So I'm going to give you a tool today, and I'm going to help you go closer to your purpose. And I want all of you to take your pen and paper and work along with me. This tool is about rise to your purpose. So the first thing here is reflect, identify, seek, and engage. And with this, we're going to rise to our purpose and lead a life of intention. So the first thing is to reflect, to look inwards. I want you to identify what brings meaning and energy to your lives. Use these prompts. You can share in the chat box. What activities make you lose track of time? Anyone care to share in the chat box? When do you feel most fulfilled or content? You can make a list of this and make a list of the times when you felt truly alive and aligned with your strengths. Anyone want to share? What are the activities when I become a medium of happiness to someone? Very nice. Thank you, Usha. That's wonderful. Put it in the chat box. When you feel alive and truly aligned with your strengths and you look inwards, this brings energy to your life. The next thing here that we are going to look at, the first one is rise. The next one is to identify your core values. Now, core values are those values that you use to guide you and your unique abilities that you bring to the world. So here I want you to think about what values do you hold non-negotiable? What are those values without which you will not deviate from, which you hold so important to you, that are pillars of your life and what you do? These are the values that help you make decisions. To identify these core values, I want you to think about 3 core values and how they influence your actions and decisions. So 3 core values, would anyone like to share? 3 core values that you hold non-negotiable. Discipline, or it could be patience, it could be humility, honesty, empathy. Thank you, Shiva Subramanian. Empathy. These are values that you hold so close to your heart. Patience, thank you. Honesty, truth, and compassion. Yes, Usha. And how do these values bring that you have, how can they inspire other people? These core values are how you influence your actions and decisions. So the first thing we did was reflect. The next one is identify. Now we're going to move into seek. Understand and discover, where do you add value? What are your passions, strengths? This is what you use to intersect with a meaningful impact on others. Now, when we talk about that, can your passion solve a problem or contribute positively to others? Can your problems, what is it that you care so much about? It could be a goal or a cause. I want you to think about these 2 things. So can anyone tell me, you can share in the chat box, where do you think your strength can add value to someone else? Please add it to the chat box. And how can you see that this value, what is the value that you bring to others' lives? So if your passion is doing something for society, how do you bring value to others' lives? And the last one here is we talk about engage. Now, we know that everything that we do, if we don't take action and live with intention, then it's all just thoughts and plans in our head. Purpose is discovered only through action, not just reflection. You need to take steps to align your daily actions with your purpose. Set small goals that are aligned. Volunteer and engage. If you're into social work, you want to make a difference to society, engage. If you're good with children, you can engage with an NGO that has children that are special. And ask and seek feedback from your mentors and friends who you trust. So, with this, you can also create a purpose statement for yourself, just as I have for myself. So my purpose is to nurture future leaders, to build confidence, because I believe that I have the power to make a difference to the lives that I touch. Would anyone else like to share their purpose statement? When you have a purpose statement, it really makes you think. I sat with this and I really went through 3, 4, 5, so many iterations, and I still feel I can refine it. When you have that purpose and you create the statement for yourself, it actually gives you clarity on what you're doing, where you're going, and the impact that you can have. So, ladies and gentlemen, finding purpose is not reaching a single destination, it's a lifelong journey. And as Abraham Maslow says, a musician must make music, an artist must paint, a poet must write, if he is to be ultimately at peace with himself. When you do what your calling is, when you reflect on your power of purpose, you move in that direction. Because purpose is the compass that guides your decisions, actions, and leadership. Your why is your motivation. It's your anchor in challenges, your source of clarity when everything seems so overwhelming. Think of the compass. It does not eliminate obstacles, but it keeps you pointed in the right direction. So today, I would like you to think, how is my purpose shaping the path I chose today? And how can I help others discover and connect to their compass? Thank you so much and wishing you a purposeful life.
Yeah. Thank you, Varsha. And of course, we are fans of your voice.
Thank you so much, Manoj.
The most important element, of course, she took us through a wonderful methodology. The Viktor Frankl's 3 pathways to purpose was the one that caught my heart. And one is to create and achieve something very significant. And second is love, experiencing deep connection and care for others. A heart filled with love and wanting to care is a life of purpose, or creating significant work, and that adds value to humanity is a sense of purpose. And the last one is courage in difficult time, and we are inspired. The whole world is inspired by people who walk forward with courage and confidence and faith in their heart. And so wonderful 3 pathways to live a purposeful life, right? As kids, we live for ourselves, but somewhere, like how Varsha pointed out, there are 2 important dates in our life. One is when we are born, one when we realize our purpose. How can I contribute to people around me? How can I contribute to the society that I live in? How can I add value? Because the joy of contributing, the joy of a purpose-driven life is altogether a different quality of life, rather than pleasure-driven or egocentric life or aimless life. And this is like really bring out the finest self from within. So thank you once again, Vasha. Wonderful slides.
Thank you.
Very colorful,
Thank you.
beautiful slides, and wonderful presentation. And thank you once again. And over to the next presenter, and Shiv Subramaniam. And the topic is of Shiv Subramaniam is goal setting. So yes, Shiv Subramaniam, over to you.
Rise was very nice, Varsha ji.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Am I audible?
Yes, very much.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, good evening, everybody. My topic today is about, just a moment, I think. Yeah, is about time management using goal setting. And goal setting is a topic which is very close to my heart. That's why I chose when this was announced. To be able to understand the time management using goal setting better, let us just rush through. Manoj has taught us so much about goal setting, but still just to kind of freshen up within a few seconds. What is goal setting? A goal setting is a mission of a person or a group or a firm. It's an intention of a plan or an activity. Goal setting is about taking active steps to achieve certain desired outcome, and goal setting involves creating actionable plans to achieve these outcomes within defined timelines. And goal setting is a way of accepting responsibility also for the desired outcome for yourself or for your team. So, what happens if you are able to control the direction of changes in personal or professional life? Your chances are of getting what you wanted would become definitely better. I would discuss more about it in the coming slides, but just think about it in the meanwhile. And what happens without goal setting done? Changes are not going to stop. They are not going to wait. Changes will keep on happening in any case. Many times, these changes will give us surprises, usually in undecided ways because we have not done goal setting, we don't have plan A, plan B. And many times, these undecided ones, we do not have any mitigating plan for that at all. So without being able to exercise any control, life will keep moving on. So it is the goal setting that helps us to move in the same direction at which we want to progress as per our mission or vision. So Manoj has taught us, and many of the previous speakers also spoken about vision and mission and purpose. And we will be able to put all of them into action only if we set goals and if we are able to monitor those goals following the same direction at which we are supposed to go. And it is goal setting that allows us to control the direction and dimension of changes also. Because just because you have done the goal setting, we can't eliminate changes that may happen in between because the external environment, there are a lot of things that are not in your control. But if you are able to adjust our internal environment and the direction, the dimension, both, we will be able to manage the interface of external and internal environment in such a way that we are able to achieve our goals still. When you don't set goals, what happens? There is a lot of time that gets wasted in traveling towards wrong destinations. So we just keep wandering here and there. We don't know where to go. Our actions do not, take us to our purpose at all. The process of even realizing that you have reached a wrong destination consumes a lot of time. And time loss in making plans for reversing the whole journey is also the precious time that we lose. So it works against your time management. And finally, you find yourself at the same old starting point after losing so much of your precious time in life. So now, is success guaranteed once goals are set? The answer is no. So then why set goals at all? In any case, success is not guaranteed. So goal setting is not required. Could be a confusing aspect in the life. But all of us know that failures are the essential stepping stones before tasting success. And we should all learn to fail forward and not fail backward. Now, can somebody tell me, I'll just give a minute, as to what is failing forward? What is failing forward as per you?
Taking that extra step and analyzing your failures as a learning curve and then trying to march further.
Thanks, Rama. Yes. Anyone else?
Bounce back. Bounce back.
Bounce back. Thank you.
Using the learnings to actually go on an upward spiral rather than a downward spiral.
Fantastic, Naveen. Thanks, Naveen. Yeah. So failing forward is a fantastic phenomenon. It's about if you are. I would explain it in the further sentences, but then failing. Before that, I would like to set the agenda straight. Like how failing forward is connected to time management through goal setting. Why should we fail forward at all? See, if you are taking up a journey and if you are stuck on a crossroad where, let's say, Google has shown this road, but the road is very, very bad, full of potholes, and the other road is not the road that would take you to your destination. The road that you choose naturally would be the right road. You would never choose the wrong road. But you have also got a schedule to meet. You have got to reach your destination at a particular time. So you have decided to fail forward in terms of probably not being able to reach the destination, have one or two flat tires on the way, or the delay in journey, whatever it is. But failing forward is the decision that you take so that you don't lose the track of what you want to do. So that is failing forward. And how is goal setting related to that? So just to explain this, let us go into some statistical data. Can someone guess as to what is the average age of a self-made millionaire in the US? It is 54 years. So 54 years is the time that an average citizen takes to become a millionaire, if that is a yardstick of one of the successes in life. And how many times on an average they failed before becoming a millionaire is 18 times. So this is what it means when it comes to failing forward before reaching the goal. It's for us to know that when the data is like that, statistics is like this, all of us should get convinced that failure is not the end, but failing forward should be what we should look for. And what is failing backward? Can someone help me with the answer? What is failing backward?
Not trying or leaving
Good.
it.
Not trying.
Give up. Give up.
Yes, absolutely, Rama. Thank you. Yes. What else?
Refusing to move ahead because of the failure.
Absolutely. Yes. I am not knowing what to do after the first failure. Yes. So some of the examples are blaming others. Sorry.
Blaming self, blaming others,
Yes. That
and
is
justifying your failure to actually go on a downward spiral.
Very true. Very true. Yeah. It takes you towards a downward spiral because you think failure is part of, you are a failure. That's what I'm coming to actually. So blaming others, repeating the same mistakes. Manoj just taught us all this, the same mistake. The third point is accepting a traditional way of doing blindly. We saw it in the class. Thinking I'm always a failure. And finally quitting. So I just happened to go through this book partially. I'm a diamond level certificate holder of Blair Singer Academy, and failing forward is something that is taught there using John Maxwell's book. And this is a very, very interesting book. If somebody is interested, they can go through. And failing forward and failing backward are very clearly explained there. It's very useful. So that's goal setting ensures that if at all there are failures, they belong to only failing forward and not failing backward at all. And not failing backward ensures a better time management. That's how I'm linking failing forward to goal setting and goal setting to time management. So if you keep failing backward, you will never be able to manage your time at all. So how do I know whether I'm a goal setter or a problem solver? How will I know that? Can somebody do some thinking on this and answer, please? How will I know that I am a goal setter at all?
Anticipating and setting goal and working forward, that is goal setter.
Yeah.
Then and there, whatever comes, I'm solving that. That's a problem solver. It is also okay, but you are not planning much. It is a firefighting like that. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, see, if you take a typical day of yours and then see how long you are able to sit, I'm able to sit and plan for my that day and for my future, etc., and do goal setting and achieve them. If I go on getting one problem after another all through the day, it clearly indicates that I have not done my goal setting properly, or I have not done my goal setting at all. So I can't have any valid reason for not setting goals in my life unless I'm not serious about my own life, or I fear facing failures like some of you just now told, or I stop setting goals after failing once or twice. This answer also came from all of you only. So, or I firmly believe that life is only full of problems and my ability to solve them. So you start accepting that life is not about goal setting, but it is about getting problems one after another and having the capacity to solve them as and when they erupt. And many people think that solving problems efficiently is life. But if you do like what Manoj taught us, if you do goal setting, you are able to eliminate many of these problems in advance, and that is the secret of goal setting. All these above lead to failure of time management as well, because as you keep on getting problem, like what Bhaskaran said, you keep getting problem and you keep solving, but you are not moving forward at all. So all the above lead to failure of time management, and in fact failure of lifetime itself, all because goals are not set. This is well explained by Mac Newton in his book Path to Power. Thus, it is goal setting that helps your time management by helping you move in the same direction as per your vision and mission to start with. Without goal setting, you will not be able to start and move in the same direction as per your vision mission. The goal setting allows you to control the direction and dimension of changes as you move on in life by doing things. And finally, when there are failures, they belong to only failing forward and not failing backward at all. Thank you all so much.
Yeah, thank you. And I think I'll forever remember failing forward. I think that's one of the most key takeaway for me, and how failing forward can actually help you master time management and not failing backward. And I feel that this has application every level, whether it is really improving a relationship, whether it is improving job performance. Every time we fail, we actually move a little forward. That is to fail forward. Wonderful, excellent. Thank you, and well connected to time management. And personally, Shiv Subramaniam, Shiv Subramaniam has created a lot of significant work. At the same time, Viktor Frankl has mentioned 3 pathways to purpose, and the third one is courage in difficult time. And I have personally seen him. He has gone through a lot, and he's an excellent example of someone who has failed forward, and he has really had the courage to face challenges and problems, and he has emerged as a person who was shaped by life and achieved success. So he's a role model. He's an inspiration. His own life is an inspiration. So thank you, Shiv Subramaniam. Wonderful.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks, Subramaniam. It was really nice. Failing forward is my favorite topic because I take it for corporates and also for college students with the same word, name, failing forward. So that really means a lot to me. And it was very nice. Thank you.
So much, Raman.
Wonderful, and thank you. Thank you once again, Shiv Subramaniam. And Santosh, I give it to you.
Yeah, we still have, I think, 7 minutes. I think Ramaswamy sir can be accommodated. Hope you all don't mind extending another 2-3 minutes for today, as we somewhere lost on time. Is that okay to all of you?
Yeah, so the last speaker, Ramaswamy.
Ramaswamy sir.
Yeah, and the art of prioritization. Yeah. Yeah.
Ramaswamy sir, over to you.
Am I audible?
Yeah. You can go inside.
Okay. Good evening to all. Today my topic is in time management is art of prioritization. Why prioritization? We need to allocate our limited time, resources, and energy to maximize our efficiency and production. We need to work smarter and focus on right direction. We need to prioritize our tasks for that. Focus on high value activity is the first preference. Out of all to-do list, focus on core and top priority work. Time management helps to attain goals like compass for the ship sailor. Balancing priorities in personal and professional life is important. Quality of work improves by prioritization to eliminate time wasting activity and to reduce stress to avoid wastage of money. Prioritization helps. Say no to low value and non-essential tasks. Priority is not about perfection, but it's about progress. Better work-life balance. Decision-making process improves by prioritization. Improves motivation and concentration. Opportunities for personal growth. Prioritization techniques. Important and urgent matrix. We need to list down all our to-do list and put it in the 4 quadrants. The topmost important quadrant is important and urgent. That in that quadrant activity, we need to give top priority and do that one in first priority. Then important and not urgent, that we need to schedule that activity. It for long-term growth, it is very helpful. So we need to schedule and focus more on that one. And not important, urgent, we can delegate that one. Not important, not urgent, we can eliminate that one. ABCD of prioritization. In that A, what are all coming in that A column, we need to take immediate action. That is top importance we need to give for that one. Then for B, that what are all coming under B is next to that A category. We need to do it after doing A. C is moderate level. We can postpone that one also. D we can delegate, and E is we can eliminate. It is not at all important. Then Pareto principle, 80-20 principle, 80% of outcome from 20% of people, or like that 20% of sales executive gives 80% of sales, like that. Then we need to focus on that 20%. Time boxing, that is master of scheduling. We need to allocate time for each task. And we need to exclusively focus on that task and maximize our productivity. Eat that frog principle. We need to do first the most important tasks and fully spend our energy. We need that which required to complete that task. We need to complete that important task first. Then big stone method. Here one cup is given, and we need to put big stone, small stone, sand and water. If we put by mistake small sand in that, we are not able to put big stone and other thing in that one. For that, in first order, we need to put big stone, then small stones, then sand. It will go in between, then pour some water. Like that, in our prioritization also, we need to put important tasks, the top priority. We need to do that one first. Then next, so we can accommodate everything. If you put least important, then we may miss out the most important tasks. For better time management, do self-audit for distractions, establish boundaries. We need to tell this time available, like that we need to tell our friends, relatives, colleagues and other thing. So in that time they may contact us. This time I am busy. Like that we need to explain. Be a resilient champion when face challenges. Self-care and spend quality time with the loved ones. Aligning my actions with my values. Identify peak production periods and focus on doing important task doing at that time. Batch similar tasks, like example, doing phone calls, we can collect all those and do that all the calls at the same time. Vision board, we can maintain, manage my energy drains. Effectiveness is doing right thing and efficiency is doing things right. In YouTube, I used to see a lot of Tamil films, Bhagyarat jokes and other things. Repeatedly, I used to see. I want to replace it with right prioritization work. So a few days back, what I did, I want to replace it with daily. I want to see first 5 good sites which is health related, motivation or something like that. And I read one Zen story. In that story, that student told that master he's not he's reading a lot of books and a lot of class, but he's not able to remember everything. And the master gave him one bucket which is full of dust and mud with a few holes. He asked the disciple to go to the nearby river and bring some water. So he 4 or 5 times he went to the river and filled the bucket. While coming with that hole and every water gone out. After 6th time, he told the Guru, it is holes are there. But why are you asking me to bring water in that bucket? Guru asked him to see inside the bucket. He saw and he surprised the mud, dust, everything gone away. And it is very clear and looks fine. So if we concentrate on studying and other thing, good things, our negativity it goes out automatically. Subconsciously, it is happening. So we will get benefit. So I like that. I want to replace my thumbprint jokes by useful website prioritization. I want to continue this one also. Then for me, top priority is sleeping 6 hours daily. That is very my first priority. Then doing meditation, yoga, exercise, or walking like that. I want that is my next priority. Then only planning and doing for my life goals plus contribution to family and society. The importance of sleep and work-life balance. I want to share one of my relatives' experience. He was 35 years old. He worked at Singapore. He focused only on earning money. He not at all taking care of his family also. He left his kid, which is 3 years old, to his parents in India. Uh, so he focused only on earning money. He bought 4 or 5 flats and all. He's having a lot of money, but he's continuously focusing on earning, working hard and earning money only. One day, we attended at Chennai's son's birthday. On that day, midnight, he called me. He used to call me in the midnight only from the office only. Most of the time, he never sleeps like that only. He worked for office and everything. He is weeping and he's not able to see his son and attend all those things and everything. And in his office, they give him a big task and ask him to complete the task with the time deadline they gave that for him. So he worked for 4 days, a day and 24 hours. He worked in office continuously for 4 days, and he is also some wheezing problem and other thing. And he finished within the target time, and they recognized him with a lot of monetary benefits and promotion day, everything. His father told me he got so much of appointment letters for this increment and other things, some huge amount he got and everything. When he after 4 days he came back home, his wife called with him. He was not came for 4 days and other thing. On that day, he's also not well. Midnight, he got some chest pain and they rushed him to the hospital and it got some severe and he went to coma stage and for 8 years he was in coma and the parents only take care last year he expired because sleep, the importance of sleep and work-life balance is very important. During that, to earn money also, he do some gambling business, casinos and everything. Event he earn money, only focusing on not allow his parents also some property for their own purpose like that. But since he is not at all, he never sleep. Most of the days he focus on the like that only, not maintaining work-life balance. So if physical problem, sleep, not sleeping, but taking rest, it is okay. But doing increasing stress and doing completing the task and everything, increasing the stress and spoiling the health is not the way of life. What is the purpose of earning money and other thing? So we need to focus on life. Work-life balance is very important. And according to me, prioritization works well if we plan our work and having awareness, then only we can succeed in our prioritization activity. And I request you all, please write for 1 minute. Afterwards also you can write, according to you, what is top priority in your life? Please think and note it down in your notebook. So you list it down and make it useful for you, because I want to, it is not possible to share everything. You spend time and list it down. The journey of a 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Use start button and start to do and be happy. Thanks to all.
Thank you, Ramasamy.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. And with this, we end today's presentation. And a lot of wonderful points: self-audit, establishing boundary, be resilient, pre-production periods, batch similar task, a lot of tips, importance of using a technique. Prioritization is absolutely essential for time management. And if everything is important, then nothing is important. So we need to know what really matters, and you can use, there are various methods, but you can reflect on it, what really matters, and do what matters, and use the start button and get things done and make life wonderful. And thank you all for contributing, all the speakers once again, Usha, Ramasamy, Shiv Subramaniam, Naveen, and all the Sagar. Thank you all for making this Varsha this evening wonderful and giving us some wonderful inputs. And let's together evolve and let's make a difference and let's make this world a better place to live in. Thank you so much.